special guest in the studio.
Right. We have a player who won 2 games in a row.
Yes.
Very happy, Fabiano Caruana.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I'm sure you're very happy about the win today, but was there any moment where today you felt you were in trouble?
Just generally very scared. I didn't see anything clear cut, but maybe he could have thrown a3, a5 in. Maybe that changes something.
Instead of h4?
No, or
We have
like
the
after
position.
b5. Yeah. Also here, I was just wondering if he plays king b1 or something. I was kind of scared in general.
I think with good reason, because the whole lot, there was a very interesting g5, g4 with this idea of he's going to force open the h file. I would have been terrified, Fabi.
Yeah, I don't know why I ran into this prep, because I've never played this variation before. Random preparation that I ran into. It's not a super rare line, but I mean it is pretty unusual.
Right, because if you after king b1, if you do go for this whole queen b5, he's going to go queen g2 and never mind taking the pawn. But I mean, again, he opens up the h file. You resign, right?
Yeah, the slow attack is very scary.
Yeah,
I didn't have anything clearly in mind after king b1, but I didn't see what to do besides g6. So
a good practical decision.
Yeah.
Were you hoping for bishop g6?
Kind of. I mean, I wasn't entirely sure, but at least I didn't like when I played g6. Of course, bishop g6 was the main move that I was focused on, and minorly focused on h4, which didn't seem to work, and then.
Why didn't h4 work for you?
Bishop g4.
hg.
Bishop f3.
And we actually have.
I think it's early. No, you need king b1 because queen takes g5 check is going to annoy us in a lot
so
of
we
these
needed
positions.
we needed to play king b1, and in case of b5,
but
or even knight d6.
But wait, what is the mechanism? Like h4, bishop g4, h5, bishop f3. I don't see any.
Queen h2, bishop
queen
e2.
h2, and bishop e2.
Oh, and knight g7 doesn't like hold things?
Against knight d6. Yeah.
Okay.
Against b5, queen g2 is very strong.
Okay.
So just to get our viewers in on the conversation, in case of king b1, knight g6, so no knight g7's coming up in the very near future.
Knight d6, yeah, knight d6 I just didn't want to do in general, because I thought maybe in some version I want my knight to go to g7.
To go to g7, yeah. And in this case, it's bishop e2. If the knight was on e8, like you said, knight g7.
Is just, queen g5 is just bishop h5, yeah? I just get mated even in endgames. Rook g1, queen f5, king a1, I was thinking maybe I have a bit of time to hold.
What were we doing? g4, g6.
But yeah, in any case, it's bad. I mean, that looked bad.
King b1, knight d6? You wanted to play b5. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure.
I was just thinking queen g2, by the way, and h4. And
yeah, this only helps white, so I don't know if b5 achieves anything besides to tempt him into taking a pawn, which.
So maybe knight g7 might have been your intention.
No, like I really didn't have an intention.
You're just ready to respond to bishop takes g6, but after bishop g6.
I mean, is it dead lost after king b1?
No, but it's. Problems, problems are quite serious.
So what did I do wrong exactly?
H takes g5 is a mistake.
I should play h5?
Should play
b5 immediately. Just ignore the pawn on g5.
Oh, but I thought that after bishop takes b5 it was
knight
then
d6.
knight d6 and knight e4, right?
And then you can take hg actually. When the bishop comes back to d3, now you can take hg because your counterplay is like 3 times as fast.
Yeah, I just thought that after hg in that position h4, I considered it briefly. I thought like h4, g4, knight g5 would be a bad position.
Sorry, let me catch up with you. How do I do that, Fabi?
hg5 here.
Okay.
h4, g4, knight g5. I thought this is
just a bad position for you.
I mean, maybe I'm not like. I thought that I might be just collapsing on the f6 square eventually, like knight f6, rook f1, or I don't know which rook. Maybe the other rook to f1, because I don't think the h file is very relevant anymore. I don't know. I also thought, like, what's the best case for me here? That I don't lose on the spot, and even in the best case, I'm still like equal material.
But you definitely throw in knight d6.
Okay, so I don't take on g5.
No, you don't take on g5 yet.
Yeah.
No, you go knight d6. And after bishop d3, I think it was taking on g5 there.
Okay, maybe.
And now you have knight e4 against most things, and this seemed to be.
That's a bit of a mess. You can definitely see that.
This seems controllable and quite good for black.
Okay.
Yeah. getting a bit of a mess after G. Sorry, I think we were playing G4 94. Sorry.
Yeah, here I do gain 2 tempi at the cost of a pawn, so it's...
Right. Yeah. But in the game, Fabi, things started going your way, and maybe this move was also a little bit
Well, bishop f5 is the other alternative.
Yes.
And I thought b5, I didn't quite see his
B5?
his way of dealing with the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe he does have something. I felt like I'm probably safe here, though. Or I mean, as safe as you can be in this position.
So, for example, if we go
H4, yeah, and now I thought bishop f5, gf.
Yep.
G4.
G4.
Yeah, I close the h file, my king becomes safe-ish.
Safe.
You're just going to keep it on h8?
Ish.
Yeah, b4, take king h8. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he does have some way to continue the initiative, but... like, maybe rook g5, bc3, bc3. I don't know, it's not... It's definitely not clear-cut.
Much more of a contest than the game, because in the game your king became incredibly safe, and we weren't even sure where, because it's I mean, even up to this point, I mean, it seemed like he was playing for the win, all in, all in. We weren't even sure what he missed, because after b4, it's now one-way traffic. Now
Well, he missed rook h8, and I don't know if that's my only move to survive. I felt like maybe I have some other way, but rook h8 also...
Actually, we want to ask you, did you consider c takes b?
Yeah, queen c8.
Knight c7? It's a crazy
Oh, I
computer
didn't see
line.
knight, but I was kind of thinking that he always has like mate, like rook h7, rook h1. But maybe in this version,
There's always f5.
I
is
can take on
hanging, right?
h7, yeah.
f5 check.
Yeah.
No, because I was looking at like knight d6 instead of knight c7, and then, which also has a serious threat. But here I thought that, wait, no, rook h1, yeah, rook h1, rook h7 and rook h1, and now this wins for white. This is why I didn't go for this.
Yeah, because you have queen c2 in the end.
Yeah, yeah.
And knight
Here
c7
you
prevents
do.
Yeah,
that.
so knight c7 I just didn't consider. But
Right.
also, once I saw rook h8, there was no reason. I think, to-
Exactly. The crazy part was that it was so frustrating that suddenly you're winning.
Knight comes to b5 and you're checkmate.
like this is sick.
Too complicated.
And then we were trying to include A3 and A5
Earlier.
earlier.
Does a3, a5 change something in lines where I have c2? Like that's only
Not
thought.
dramatically. Not
Okay.
dramatic, no.
Apparently, it's actually correct not to include it, but for a different reason. Instead of bishop f5, knight h4 saves
Yeah,
the
he
game.
said this after the game. He mentioned knight h4, which I didn't realize that it was quite. It's saving the game for white, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
In this position, right? Instead of bishop f5.
Yeah, he actually pointed this out after the game. Knight h4, queen g5, knight f5, take, knight f6, bishop d7, and rook b8. He said he didn't like this position.
Yeah. And,
You can play b3, right?
Yeah,
and we think this is why you don't include a3 and a5, because you want to play b3 and not it be weak.
But my king is so safe now. Like
Yeah.
I
Yes.
can put my knight on e4.
Yeah, that's...
And supposedly rook f5 holds.
Okay, so white is still in the trying to hold territory.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, definitely.
Yeah, bishop f5 was a blunder. I mean, he did say after the game knight h4. He calculated this line, so I guess there was a bit of bad luck on his end that he just missed rook h8.
Yeah.
Because at first it does look like, you know, his queen and rook are both coming to the attack, but he just can't make anything of it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, your rook h8 was right on point, and Bobby, 2 wins in a row sure changed the entire complexion of the tournament for you. As we
You know
look
you're
at your
in
line
clear
score.
first now.
Yeah, I know.
You're aware.
I do hope that this game between Alireza and Wesley doesn't go too out of control. Because it can, but it can go out of control in either way.
Right.
True.
Of course, like for me, in general, draws are pretty good.
Are pretty good. Are pretty good. We just saw a montage, by the way, of Sinkville Cup 2014, where you had the streak, and everybody looked so young, including yourself. Chris Bird, our international arbiter, looked really young.
Including you, Yasser.
No, I haven't changed one bit, by the way. It was.
No, it was a very long time ago.
It was,
Yeah,
but
feels
it's
like
remarkable.
a distant memory.
Yeah, but it was nice and nice. Bobby, congratulations!
Thank you.
Really, a very, very important victory.